Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome.
Welcome to Fasto TV.
105.
I'm Jerry, and he
Casanova.
Casanova. Yeah,
Yeah.
because today's episode is about
Dating.
dating.
Yeah.
All those romantic things that
Yeah.
happen with
Yeah.
apps
Yeah.
where you see someone that you love a lot per one night, then you will never see her again.
Have you ever been on Tinder?
Yeah. It's very romantic.
Yeah.
Especially when you wake up alone in the bed and you have no commitments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love dating from there.
Yeah. The payment version of paying
Ooh.
catfish.
It was traveling, but still, that was
Yeah.
catfishing. Basically.
Also,
They were selling tickets to go to matches, but you never got the tickets.
do you remember that merchant from France that he was selling cosmetics, and he had this amazing website, address, even pictures of a physical location, everything. We sent it to an acquirer. I won't say the name. They got approved, and the first 3 days they ran like 1,000 transactions of 16 euros, and then they disappeared. That I will say that's ghosting in the payments industry.
No,
because
I would say more if you think onboarding. That's where the most frequent ghosting is. You have a nice conversation.
Also
you agree
that,
on the
yeah.
terms. You agree on everything, and then next week they're gone. No, actually, the next day they're gone.
I'm gonna simulating here with you an onboarding for merchant. Hey, where is your company incorporated?
Greenland.
Oh, nice. Why don't you say a fucking European country,
It is a
motherfucker?
European country. It's
No,
Denmark.
no, it's not Denmark.
Lithuania.
So okay, Lithuania. And how much are you processing, or you want to process every month?
Last month I processed about 17,500.
Are you the director?
No.
No, but the director or shareholder is a European Union resident, right?
Is Russia part of Europe?
Be serious.
Well, partially is.
No, it's not.
Europe, yes. You know.
Yes, maybe.
It's Vladimir.
So
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay, so you have the basics. So let's proceed to the onboarding. I'm gonna send you an email with a form, the pricing, and everything. I will for you to reply.
Okay. Remember my WhatsApp.
Also, I'll send you WhatsApp. And when are you gonna reply?
Never.
That's the problem.
One time is low risk. It's partial. It's
On a
it's the
dating
lowest
app, there is no low risk.
on a dating app.
Medium.
Every app. It's the same thing with nutraceutical. One time or straight sale is by definition way
Lower risk.
Of course, by far. But I would say the higher risk is always the recurring part.
Yes.
But there is, when people buy these packages on these dating platforms, when they have these people in Thailand that writes, they create all these fake,
Thailand.
and it's even, yeah, but it's usually Philippines, Thailand, same shit. But they have these dating sites. In the terms, it says we have a bunch of fake accounts. We use them for marketing purposes. We do, and then you have a bunch of people writing there, and then they buy these massive packages. They go in and spend 500 euros. That can be high. It's high risk because if they find out or has any inclination that they will never see this person, you're going to do a chargeback.
Yeah, of course.
So that when you're getting that's catfished.
Yeah.
When you're getting legally catfished, you have a bigger risk, of course, for doing chargeback.
It's very common in these,
Especially in dating.
Russian bride website.
But in Russia, they have 10.6 million more women than men. So I think it's more likely that it's actually a woman.
No, but there is a very, very common business model that is called the Russian bride model. So you go to a website, myrussiangirlfriend.com, let's say it like that. Probably it exists, sorry.
I would be surprised if it
Yeah, and you see all these beautiful women, all of them look like models. You gotta pay to
talk to them.
Yeah. You gotta pay to
I
see
hate
the
when there's a
answers.
payment wall.
And
I hate when there's a payment wall. It's bullshit.
99%,
It's bullshit.
99%
Some
of them
are
is AI.
automatizations, so they send you these messages when you
Yes.
sign up. They set it to, let's say, 5 minutes. Then they set another one to 25 minutes, 27, just to make it a little varied. And then you think, oh, I got 3 messages already. I'm going to do it. Then you look at it,
then you
and you're
keep
like,
paying.
these are fucking 10s. And when it's me, because I have a paranoid set mind, I'm like, fuck this. This is not true. If
course
somebody
not.
is a 10 writing me online, I know it's bullshit.
Yeah. Also, if you check the terms and conditions of the website, usually they say.
I would say even if I went to a fucking club and a 10 comes to me and start talking to me, like, what the fuck do you want? I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. People, I don't understand how. It's the same thing I saw because
Especially you that you have a weakness for Russian girls.
when I watch TV with the U.S. channels, I see that there's actually advertisements for people who signed over their deeds. They're fucking deeds. How stupid are you? It's the same thing why when I was in trial, I gotta be honest, I looked down on everybody who signed up because they didn't read the terms. You are, by definition, in my mindset, an idiot. You should read the terms and make sure that it doesn't say 70 euros anywhere. Like, you're not going to get a free fucking phone. It says 2 euros.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get a fucking iPhone. No way. Or Samsung or whatever. I used all of these things. It was speakers. It was anything that people want. And people sign up. And they're like, yeah, it's coming. No. It's not coming. Like, nobody can afford to offer you that. And the same thing in dating is, if it's too good to be true, you should have a sense of, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, at least have a little skepticism and think, maybe it's too good to be true. But when you look at the Catfish show that was on MTV for a long time, you're like, I don't get it. You didn't see them for 2 years, and you're technically boyfriend, girlfriend, and engaged and shit. That's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Especially nowadays with the technology, you can do video calls and shit. And most of these catfish, they manage, I don't know how, to find people that they stick to the text. And I don't know, dude. But regarding the apps, there are many famous apps that are not legit, and we know it because it's easy. You just need to check the terms and conditions, and it says
See
that
if it's
some
says bot or-
profiles
yeah.
are fake for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the thing with dating is, I think people are idiots, but I understand it. You're
Yeah, of
desperate
course.
at that point that you're
Go
there.
to Tinder.
You're desperate at that point if you're willing to give money, that much money to spend in a month and every month on the same person you're talking to. I think it's, in some way, it's sweet, but you should have skepticism and question and say, hey, can I see you on a video call? Can I do this? Can I do that? And even with AI, at least at that point, if they still managed through that to create an AI that looks precisely the role, kudos. Then the guy or girl is usually guys, sadly, but then the guy is exonerated in some way. You're like, okay, I get it. If the person created a voice, created a visual, and all this, and went through with that, you deserve the money that you scammed them for.
Yeah.
But dating is amazing product. Like, I use Tinder a lot, and I met a few. And I would say that I've never been catfished in the sense that I put too much attention or use into it.
I got someone tried to catfish me. No, not catfish, but to scam me through Tinder. I remember they used to send me beautiful, gorgeous girls that are very interested in me, and I was like, "What the hell?" After a couple of days of texting, you should invest in crypto. Use this link.
Yeah. But that's why I have the natural. I would say more for me is probably paranoia than skepticism. But when they start talking, I no, they don't even say that. They say like, in my hobbies, I invest in crypto. I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, because you know at that instant, it's
It'll
bullshit.
come, the
They're just
crypto
waiting
bros.
for the chance to pounce.
I will say eliminate the trial period. With that, all the problems disappear. Because if you add a trial period, you're scamming people somehow. You add a trial period, €1, then people subscribe, then after 3 days, boom, $49.99.
I would say
then of course I'm not committing to this shit. I'm gonna give you a fucking chargeback.
I would say my thing, like I subscribed for a long time on Tinder, and I
Tinder
did it
is
for the
different.
functionality.
It's the most famous.
And you had more functionality, like hide that you're online or change your location or shit like that. I think that's amazing. Don't force people to buy to talk.
Yeah. Tinder
I would
is
rather
different.
have people fucking spamming me with the advertisement, but it's free, because then it's like all these platforms that's freemium. I think it's more fucking amazing, because if I keep playing a game and I know that an advertisement is coming, I can't really complain. But like I love Clash of Clans and stuff like that, where you play and then you buy and buy and buy and buy, but you're not forced, but you don't want to be left behind. I think it's the same here. Just offer the right products under a payment wall, but don't stop them from engaging and being part of a community or meeting people. I think that's a problem when you force people to pay.
I don't think it's a people's problem. I think it's the dating apps problem. The dating apps are abusive sometimes.
I would say the ones that
sometimes
force
they're fake.
I would say the ones that force the payment wall before, with you getting an instant message, scam.
Not always. There is an app.
But majority of them.
Yeah, majority. There is a very famous app named Raya that is like a Tinder for famous people, football players, and people that they cannot use.
Different.
They cannot
the
use
audience
Tinder.
they're curated.
It's very expensive.
But it's curated also. I'm
Yes,
guessing to some
yes.
extent. You have to verify. I would
Actually,
imagine.
you get verified. And those verifications can take even a month.
I'm guessing it's like content platforms that you have to prove an ID, maybe even the live session, live cam bullshit. But that makes sense, because then I would say yes. If you verify everybody who goes through it, charge them, because then you have a curated audience, and there will be no catfishing. There will be no scams. Mm-hmm. Okay, people can still come in and say, "Hey, could you pay my rent this month?" And there will be guys that will do it. Of course, if it's a fucking 10, there's a lot of guys that would do that, or maybe even a 6. But the point is that right functionality, or for me, functionality also is if it's a curated audience, then you know it's quality that you're getting to, or at least it is real.
Yeah. I will say the dating apps should stop bullshitting.
I would say that honestly, it starts with the acquirers. If the acquirers accept people that in their terms of conditions states that they're having accounts for entertainment purposes,
is it illegal?
Purposes.
Are they breaking the law?
No, but as an acquirer, you can define that. You can kill the shitty apps and focus on the better ones that are actually trying to help the situation.
Yeah, that's true.
But
if I don't do it, someone else will.
Yeah, but
they will end up
have
doing an aggregator.
Scammers?
Then
you might as well help Curacao and all this Seychelles bullshit, because somebody else is doing it.
And what is happening? They do.
Not everybody's doing it.
They do aggregated accounts.
Yeah, but honestly,
they even get licenses by themselves.
If we ever get a license,
companies with license, they burn them and they start a new one.
If we ever get a license, or when we get a license, we will never touch anything of that.
Oh,
I promise you, I won't even touch the fucking ones that says we have bots. Nope. I will only focus on the creme de la creme, because that's the way. It's like hosting. If you put too many people in one server, it's going to start lagging, and it's going to, the space is going to be more limited, and it's going to just be shit for everybody. It's like a club. If there's room for 150 and you have 250, it's going to be shit. Ultimately, this is the same. You allow less but better. Everybody wins more, because I also realize, you're looking at some of the partners that we worked with in the past, where we had good deals that went there and got, because their acquirers or the banks behind them this is shit. Like we won't treat you like the creme de la creme. You're not WorldPay or Stripe. You're shit in the bottom.
Yep.
So the merchant that goes there will get the same thing. But if you go up like the other one, the Danish one.
I just had $1 billion idea, sorry.
But if you go up and you take the Danish one that had the creme de la creme and did it the right way, what do you have? You have massive approval rates, man. That's the way to do it. Curate your audience and say, okay, we might not make 50 million this year, we might make 20, and say that's enough. Because I would imagine that if you're ever wanting to sell it, there would be more buyers for the clean shit than the
Yes,
bullshit.
of course.
Because if you remember, Payvision got bought, I think it was by ING, and they wanted the low risk and found out there was none.
Only high
That was
risk.
no, not even. That was nothing. There was limited amount because it was built up from high risk. They were doing trial and
Yep.
nutraceuticals and all this. So all the money they had was in high risk, and that cost. So it's the same. You want to have an exit plan, in my opinion, do it the right way. That's why today I had a guy asking me, "Can you help with Curacao?" I had two. I said no. I gave him to somebody else who will. Because ultimately, there's always a guy. But for me, I'd rather focus on the longevity and the sustainability, and then also the moral part of it. Depending. But the problem is bigger than just false declines. It can just be a
not
shitty
only
acquire.
dating apps.
No, but if you look at it, it can also just be a shitty acquire, or you're going for the wrong market.
Yes.
Like, there's so much more than just false
Sweden.
declines. Yep.
You do adult dating,
Middle
and
East.
you're targeting Sweden, you're fucked. You're gonna get declined like 90% of your transactions.
It could also be Middle East. Like,
Or the Middle East, yeah.
I remember we once had
Will you go to Spain? 99% approvals.
we had an amazing CBD deal some years back. French guy.
Adult-friendly country.
He was doing France with the acquire we had then. His approval rates was shit.
In France?
Yep. And it was
France is complicated.
maybe so, but we lost them because
We're talking
couldn't-
about a Muslim country, you know.
well, Germany and UK, same then. But it was just, to me, it was I didn't understand it back then. Now I understand it so much better and more clearly, that whoever you partner with will ultimately also hold your fate in their hands.
Yes.
Because I think that there's different rails, there's different levels of rails, there's different evaluations of these rails. And I think that some people, let's say Acquire A might have 3 rails with one bank, or they have 3 banks with 3 different rails. One is the high level, and they will only put the big ones there. Then the second one will, and then you see that level, you can see that the declines will also increase because of that. And it can be because they can't get better, or they choose differently to who they put where. And I really do see that there's a massive difference. And then you have the last part for me that also has actually a big impact on the approval rates, which is the gateway. Choosing the wrong gateway will affect your approval rates too. So going down to just one decline is impossible. There's so many levels to it. There's so many nuances. There's so many unanswered questions, because we cannot ultimately, without building a bigger data package, figure out which acquire, which country, which
MCC
industry,
code. The
and so
MCC
on,
code, yeah.
which gateway. All these things, you need to test every acquire with every gateway, with every industry to figure out, and then every country to figure out who has a strong rail there. And I think that's a problem. The problem is sadly big. Like you said, we had one in Denmark, and if we wanted Sweden, they were amazing. Everybody else,
Yeah, I remember.
it went from 90 to 50 and 30.
And to 10.
So ultimately, false declines, all declines. I think the problem is so much bigger if it's everything that is tied into, let's say, CBD, nutraceuticals.
Target the right
Dating.
countries and use the right acquire.
Yes.
That's it.
Processor.
Yeah, processor. Processor is harder than love. Yeah.
Why?
Because I have a lot of fans. I'm the talent monster.
I
So-
already found love, and I don't have any processor that understand my data. There is no perfect acquire. Well, there is one, but they don't take everything. So yeah.
I would say that there's perfect acquirers if it's low risk.
Yes.
Everything outside of low risk, there's no perfect acquirer.
No.
Depending, I think that the problem is, again, no acquirer wants 10,000 euros a month per merchant.
No.
That means that you need to be of a size.
Unless you're low risk.
of course. But in high risk, you need to have certain volumes in order to get more solutions, in order to get the approval rates, in order to get the maximum. If you're lucky enough to find an acquirer that gives you 90 plus, you should stick your ass there, because I am promising you there won't be a lot of those around that can help you with the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say, if you have a country, let's say you do Spain, Italy, US, Canada, Bangladesh, and you see that your US is sub 90, I would say you can start looking at something else. But if you're in the 90s, you shouldn't touch anything. That's the winning.
Yep.
That's the winning recipe.
In the 80s.
I would say even the 80s, yes, because you can save some things by using local payment methods, depending on your industry. You can save some with, PayPal or crypto, but ultimately in the 80s plus, 90s plus, you need to stay safe. If you get less than that, you need the volume to find solutions, because if you, without volume, start searching.
Yeah, if you're doing 20K
That's
a
like,
month, you cannot split it with two acquirers, because both of them will get 10K each, and one of them will kick you out very, very soon.
Yeah, but it's like,
maybe both.
It's like trying to buy shoes without looking at the size.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're going to have too big of a shoe or too small of a shoe.
Talking about dating, it happened to me with condoms in the past.
Too big or too small?
They don't say the size.
Nice.
Thank you, dear audience, for watching this episode. This so romantic
all 5.
episode.
Jerry's mom, Thea's mom.
Yeah.
Jerry's dad.
See you in the next one.
Maybe
See
my
you
mom and
next
my sister.
month.
If we're lucky. Peace.